So, uh, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our AWS Cost Optimization Masterclass. So, before we start, I'm talking about. Before that, I'm really excited to have here to discuss and overlook this our AWS Cost Optimization Masterclass. So, let me talk just a moment to introduce myself before we start our main session. This is Naim Hossen. I'm cloud engineer at AWS Graaho Technologies. So Graaho Technologies is a AWS advanced tier service partner. So Graaho and we are directly work with our AWS and to help the business like you get the most output of their cloud investments. So this is the Graaho Technologies Limited intros, and I'm expertise and AWS Cloud Engineer with the AWS Certified Solution Architect Associated, and with the cost optimization and security governance, and also cloud architecture migration. So, and these are the small intro myself. So we are right to in our main session. So before we start, we have the agenda. This is a webinar agenda today. So we created 10 part of these sessions. We cover is a small and short intro with the in-depth details. So first of all, execute the overview and compute optimizations and purchase optimization and spot instance, storage optimization and database optimization, analytics optimization, and networking optimization and container optimization. And last thing is FinOps and governance. So these are the main part we are covered in this session. So we are also try to live AWS demonstration with uses AWS Cost Explorer tools, also AWS Compute Optimizer, and AWS Trusted Advisor, AWS Budget, and Cost Anomaly Detection. So these are the most uses AWS Cost Optimization tools in AWS environment. So next we go through the AWS Cost Optimization Toolkit. So these are the tools. Before we start this session, we remember and listen multiple times. These are the tools uses multiple sections. So list of this cost visibility monitoring. Here is most uses AWS Cost Explorer, cost AWS cost uses and reports UR, and AWS billing dashboard, AWS cost anomaly detection. So if go through the budgeting and governance section, then you'll be get uses most AWS budgets, AWS organizations, cost allocation tags, AWS resources groups, and optimization and recommendations. These are the also email automated recommendation tools. So AWS Cost Optimizer, AWS Trusted Advisor, AWS Health Dashboard. So these are the tools help you recommendations for the cost optimization. And fourth section is that purchase optimization. For purchasing optimization, AWS saving plans definitely help us purchase the saving plans, reserve in instances, and spot in instances. And storage optimization sections, we are definitely AWS S3 intelligence tier uses get this AWS cost optimization option and saving, and S3 lifecycle policies, S3 storage lengths, AWS backup, and database section optimization, AWS RDS performance insights, and Amazon Aurora, Amazon Elastic Cache. And container and serverless optimization section will be used by Amazon EKS, Amazon ECR, AWS Forget, and AWS Lambda. And FinOps and analytics part always help us Amazon QuickSight, Amazon Athena, AWS Glue, and Amazon Redshift. So these are the essential AWS service tools for the cost visibility and governance and optimization options. So we are multiple time see and listen this overlook these toolkits. So next is this AWS cost optimization, why it is matter. So before we start, definitely we are know that about an awareness to get AWS cost optimization, why it is matters. So first of all, we are ready to get reduce the cost 100%, improve the performance and maximize ROI, enhance agility, better visibility, and drive business value. So main thing is always in our AWS investment in AWS environment. These are the things always matter to AWS cost optimization options. So AWS cost optimization is a part of has a AWS well architecture framework in AWS. So 6 pillars has AWS well architecture framework is built. There is the 6 pillars where operational efficiency, security, reliability, performance, efficiency, cost optimization, and sustainability. So we are talking about in this session only for cost optimization. So this is the AWS cost optimization overview. Okay, then next we are talking about right sizing resources. So now one of the single biggest leverage we have the right sizing resources. So right sizing resources ensure you have a AWS resource match the actual users requirement. So you can reduce the waste and lower cost without impacting performance. So where a right sizing that makes the biggest impact? So right sizing the resources mostly we are impact and do for the best outcome in our cost optimization section. Definitely EC2 instance, and a second is the RDS database, Lambda function, and EVS volume. So these are the 4 section and part very much biggest impact to the right sizing to the most impactful cost optimizations output. So with the right sizing resources, definitely key benefit, lower cost, better performance, and improve the efficiency. So we are go through the has a example. If EC2 instance were used with this M6i.4x large, this is a type of instance type. You build a EC2 instance with this biggest size EC2 instance type, where your EC2 instance or machine or workload uses average 10% with this biggest EC2 instance, but just downgrade the EC2 instance type instance, then same EC2 instance machine workload uses average CPU utilization 50%. So these are the different. With this biggest EC2 instance, only 10%, you burn the capacity, your is spent investment, but with the right size, right choice, the resources, right choice, the EC2 instance, you get the 50% uses EC2 instance, where your workload EC2 instance or machine 100% okay. So get this right sizing instance size, then you'll get the 40 to 50 or 60% saving this right choice instance size. So these are the basic most important thing, right sizing resources in sections. So typically a saving pattern we are talking about 20 to 70% with the changes issued instance and right choice resources type. So here is most help us this tools average AWS services that help us AWS Compute Optimizer get the automated data-driven recommendation to right size AWS resources, and Amazon Cloud us to monitor metrics and gain the insights into the resource utilizations and performance. And definitely AWS Cost Explorer, where you can get analyze the cost uses trend identified over the provision resources. So these are the right sizing resources. So we go to next stage where the eliminate ideal resources. So let's talk about something that might be uncomfortable, paying for the nothing. So every time when I overlook and review any kind of organization and client account, we are found most and common section where this client or accounts and organization burn most spending. So in your cost optimization section, these eliminate ideal resources, most effective cost optimization section. So Ideal resource silently consume your AWS budget. Identify, remove unused or unauthorized the resources to unlock the immediate saving. So how to common ideal resources? This is the unattached EVS volume and old EVS snapshots and unused elastic IPs, ideal load balancer, orphan net gateways, and stop is EC2 instance. So these are the options always client overlook and start this creative EVS volume, then forget this deleting and old EVS snapshot take but uses not uses unnecessary consume the volume and burning the your spend. Also is elastic IPs ideal load balancer. So these are the ideal resources you mistake and forget the ideal resources and consume most spending your investment. So how ideal resources impact you? Unnecessary cost, wastage capacity, operational risks. So find and remove the ideal resources. How? It is what AWS Cost Explorer to review, analyzes cost service tags and uses finding wasted. AWS Trusted Advisor always the get recommendation to detect ideal and unauthorized resources and AWS config. Sorry. AWS config always track the resources configuration and unused resources and tagging strategy. Sorry. Tagging strategy always the you use the tag, identify the owner environment and list uses data. So eliminated ideal resources always to help the saving opportunity immediately 5 to 20% and clean up alone. This is the fastest and lowest risk opportunities you can get it and does not affect it performance at all. So best practices is schedule cleanup and then tag everything and set up the alert and use lifecycle and assign the ownership. These are the process and steps you can get these eliminate ideal resources without any touch your affected performance at all your environment. So this is the element ideal resources and we go through saving plan. So okay, saving plan. So saving plan now get into the purchase opportunity strategy. And the first one of the incredibility power of AWS plans. So saving plans that provide the significant saving on your AWS compute uses in exchange for the commitment and consistent amount uses measured in dollar per hour. So here is the two types saving plans. Basically, understand how to saving plan is work before they start their saving plan and get the choose and purchase the saving plan. Understand your what is the how it is saving plans working strategy. So complete saving plans here only flexible across the EC2 instance families, Rightsized, Aegis OS, and even Lambda. And EC2 instance saving plans only based for the steady uses of specific instance families. So these are the two things only for based on that complete saving plans flexible across EC2 instance families changes. When you choose the EC2 instance saving plans, only steady instance family. So steady for the consistent and predictable workload. So these are the two things different in the saving plans. So complete saving plans, you are saving up to 66%, and with the EC2 instance saving plans, saving up to 72%. So for these saving plans, one more thing, commitment options. These options always to 1 year and 3 years terms, and payment method always no upfront, partial upfront, and all upfront options, and flexible uses apply to match it your automatically. So how it the saving plans work? When you ready to commit the per hour amount, then it automatically apply to eligible uses, get lower cost in the cover the uses and saved up to 66 versus 1 month. So basically if we are go through the example, so here is the workload EC2 compute lambda and forget this is the whole compact your workload uses this service. If you one demand cost you burn 30,500, but with this saving plans you up to 72% saving plans you burn only 3,780. And estimated the saving monthly saving was this 9,720. So these are the difference. Before you burn this one demand cost 13,000, and after with this saving plans you burn this only 3,780. So these are the scenario, just example for this example. So before you start the saving plans, always the compute saving plans for maximum flexibility, analyze the historical use before commit, and monitor the usage and adjust commitments. So combined with this others, the discount options are ROI and a spot instance. So always saving plans you have a right choice, but always remember that you your account if you have ROI, reserve instance or spot instance. So these are the main things. So we are go through next step, reserve instances. Okay, reserve instance. So reserve instance like as saving plans, but they are the different type of reserve instance with these saving comparisons. So the core value, the propagation, the commit, the upfront, and up to 72% versus one demand the prices. So reserve instance the provide the saving in exchange for the commitment to use a specific instance type in a particular region for a 1 or 3 years. So, okay, reserve instance type is okay. It is standard ROI with its reserve instance, higher saving up to 62%, but no flexibility, and a convertible ROI with the slight lower saving but offer a flexibility to the change instance type. So these are the two different things. With the standard ROI, high saving up to 62%, but no flexibility, and convertible ROI with the lowest saving plan, but with the flexibility to change the instance size family. So if you get this a standard ROI, you cannot change the instance family, but a convertible ROI with this you can change instance family. These are the two things different with this reserve instance. So reserve instance comparisons, if you look at if you burn one demand, so you are nothing saving, but standard ROI with no upfront, average 30%, standard ROI all upfront, then you get the up to 62%. But convertible ROI, no upfront with the average 40%, with this all upfront up to 72%. So for this reserve instance, always remember based for the steady side workload. So when your workload and application and AWS environment is steady and predictable uses for the long term, 1 year or 3 years, then you will get choose this reserve instance for 1 year or 3 years. So predictable uses, production application, and database long term workload. So these are the best for the reserve instances. So standard and convertible ROI differences only only one things, where the flexibility. So with this standard ROI, no flexibility. Convertible ROI with yes changes the family OS tenancy. Other is all of this same are. So how it ROI works? So this is the process how to reserve an instance, get it. So choose instance type, choose the region tenancy for 1 and 3 years. Then you place the make the payment upfront, type of partial upfront or no upfront. Then reserve receive the discount automatically applied to the machine matches uses. So after this, monitor and AWS Cost Trusted Advisor, and the maximize saving, right size the ROI, the portfolio, the management. So these are the reserving instances overview. So next we spot instance. So this is the very much effective cost optimization options, and also this is my favorite cost optimization strategy for the right workloads. So AWS Spot instance has a lot of capacity, unused and ideal capacity across instance families and availability zones. So before this spot instance always give the AWS 90 up to 90% cheapest rate versus on demand. So if significant up to 90% compare on demand prices. So spot instances basically advanced unused EC2 capacity in AWS cloud. AWS has a huge amount of capacity sitting ideal at any given time. They are sell the capacity at a massive discount, so the spot market. So when AWS sell the capacity in spot market, then you as a user just how okay, start how spot instance work. So as a user, as your requirement and use this pattern, just place a spot request. So first of all, AWS has an unused capacity. Second is you place a spot request as your specific requirement, instance type, maximum price, and capacity. Then AWS fulfill your request. After that, your workload run, application always running until AWS need capacity back. So last stage is most important, and always remember that for the spot instance or working process, before you start your start and choose the instance, spot instance. Remember your workload and application 100% tolerable, and keep tolerate interruptions. So because instance can back interruptions when spot instance AWS sell in spot market, you choose your application run, but you receive a 2 minutes warning before interruption, so you can get a safe progress. So AWS give you spot instance as your requirement and as your cheapest rate, but anytime when need AWS, they are get back the capacity. So before get this back capacity, only give you 2 minutes warning before interruption. So these are the main things. If your application tolerate the interruption, then you will choose the spot instance. So this is the main things in AWS spot instances cost optimization options. So 100% so before also why choose the spot instance? If your batch processing job can be interpret and the resume. Okay, if you have a multiple job processing in your workload, then you choose this spot instance. If you use the media rendering, then you choose spot instance. If you have a huge CI/CD and testing, then you choose the spot instance. If you have a data analysis, big data analysis, and email the model training, then you choose this watching instance. And high performance compute workload, then you choose the spot instances. So these are the most things and most options to cost optimization strategy for AWS spot instances. So and next is okay, let me clear one thing. So a spot instance option, there is a spot instances, so request a single instance at your desired price and has a spot fleet. So here is automatically request capacity across multiple instance type and ages. So here is the spot fleet. So multiple, if you need a multiple instances with a huge requirement, then you choose the spot fleet. If you need a single instance types, and then you get they choose spot instances. So this is a spot instance overview. So next is the optimized storage classes. So we will go through the in short way. So in storage options, before you start the storage cost optimization through the storage, you definitely understand the AWS storage option and storage classes. So based on that storage classes, you get this cost optimization option. So before you start and choose your understand your workload and application. So based on that you required and based on that need, you choose this in S3 classes. So which storage are best for your workload. So S3 standard best for active data, website, mobile apps, and analytics. And S3 intelligence steering based for unknown and changes access pattern. S3 standard IAJ infrequent access based for backup and disaster recovery file sharing, and S3 Glacier instance retrieval. So long-term backups and compliance data. This is the base for long-term and backup compliance. S3 Glacier flexible retrieval based for digital media backup and archive logs. And last, S3 Glacier deep archive, lowest cost archive storage with the of our retrieval. So this is the most cheapest storage classes, but retrieval time more take this like as hour to storage back in your environment. So based long-term retention and regulated archive. So these are the AWS storage classes. So cost comparison, we will see the cost comparison per GB per month. So we start with this S3 standard 0.023. This is the highest per GB per month prices, and lowest is S3 Glycer Deep Archive. So this is the lowest cheapest rate S3 classes. So these are the just example, and these prices are vary based on region and pattern and also cost storage classes. So just think about it. If need is 3 standard for your active data website mobile application, then you will choose the S3 standard with the maximum spending. And if your lowest cost archive storage data, no need for a long time, then you choose the S3 Glacier Deep Archive. So these are the most cheapest and cost optimization option storage classes. So if work on storage cost optimization section, then definitely follow the optimization strategy with analyze access pattern. So your storage definitely analyze the how uses S3 storage lanes and understand the sorry. So implement the lifecycle policy also, remove incomplete the multiple uploads and compress the data. So these are the strategy for the storage classes options. So we talk about okay. Okay. Next is okay. Next we talk about the database cost optimization option. So now we move the database, and let me tell about this is where I found the most expensive hosted in cloud environment. So AWS offers a variety database engines, RDS Aurora and RDS and others. The choose of the engine dramatically impact your cost. So let me show you example using the DB instance style, how it is impact your cost optimization option. So a key cost optimization leverage is definitely right sizing in instance. So before get started with this database, definitely you right sizing instance, choose your based on required and uses pattern. So definitely use Gravation instance with the most option to cost option cost cutting, and choose the right database engine and leverage the database the capacity, optimize the storage IO, and enable cost monitoring. So key cost optimization leverage this with this database cost optimization option. So AWS offer a variety database images and features to help to optimize performance and minimize the cost, and small changes can be significant saving. So engine or cost comparison, where the Oracle same database engine like as DB, DB 6 Z and X large. This is a type of DB engine instance type, but engine are different environment like as Oracle, SQL Server, PostgreSQL, and MySQL. Same instance type, DB instance type, different environment, different engine, different prices. So you can choose your as you required, which is your for the best engine to your environment, run your application or workload. So if you need the Oracle systems, same type DB instance, then go through the Oracle. And if you get this more cost optimization option and based on the requirement and match your workload uses pattern, then you definitely choose MySQL. So these are the engine cost comparison example, and definitely right size your database before choose this engine type and instance types, analyze, review CPU memory connection, any storage utilization, then right choice, move to the smallest instance classes and such the meet your needs, and validate, and then save your spending. So these are the strategy, right size choice your database engine and DB instances. So best practices is always review your performance and cost metrics regularity of your database, and use performance insight to identify the bottleneck, and definitely use the tag base for the cost applications and visibility, and set up the alert to high CPU utilization storage and the connection uses. So delete and unused database and snapshot and manual backups. So these are the overall database cost optimization option, how to key cost optimization leverage, engine overview, and right choices the databases. So next we'll go to analytics cost optimization. So here is the cost optimization analysis, cost optimization leverage. Choose the right size service like is Athena, Redshift, AMR, open source. So for heavy data, email, and query any kind of big data size, then you'll be choose your as your requirement, which is right choice, which is right for your workload. Then you choose the Athena right size AMR open source. So size resource become a match computer and storage workload requirement. Definitely work nodes and concurrency, the DPO and the cluster size, and use a service of serverless option. Then you get Athena, Redshift, and serverless, and optimize the data storage. Definitely S3D paraquota work and compress. Basically, when you data storage in your database, then choose the S3 code and work the compress of the data sizes, and schedule the automated the workload, run workload only when need. So if you need the analytics options and big consume spending, so definitely use the schedule automated workloads and monitor and improve the continuously. So server cost, if you look at this example, server cost comparison. So these are the Athena and Redshift, MR, and OpenSaaS. These are the comparison. So definitely your workload basis use as you required. You choose the right service, then you'll get the right uh, saving up to your based on that tools and workloads. So we are talking. Sorry. Okay. So here analytics is cost optimization. Best practices use the Athena for the ad hoc the queries and data in S3D. Use the Redshift service for the variable workload, and schedule it, ATL jobs and approach the cluster when ideal. Store data in the Clamor format. Also compress the data in the required storage and scan cost and monitor the cost and set the budget and alert. So for analytics cost optimization, always use the tools AWS Cost Explorer, AWS Cost Anomaly Detection, AWS Budget, AWS Billing Alert, and Trusted Advisor. So use cases, this definitely analytics cost optimization, optimize the data analysis workload without compromise the performance. So these are the analytics cost optimization options, and we go for compute cost optimization. So this is a so this part are all together for the compute cost optimization, because compute is often the largest portion of your AWS bill. So messages, right choice and right saving, sorry, right instance, right saving and right choices, and you get the save up 70 to 75% of one year compute costs. So key compute cost optimization leverage here is right choice instance. So right choice instance match your instance size or workload needs to avoid the paying for the unused capacity, and use saving plans. We are already talking about earlier the saving plans reserve instance. So here is compute cost optimization altogether working and get the cost optimization options. So saving plans and reserve instance. So and spot instance for the flexibility, and automated scaling, which is auto scaling, and optimize the MI the license, which is use the latest MI, delete the unused ones. So unused AMI, and right size the license to reduce the waste and cost. So, and lastly, monitor and improve they continuously. So understanding this EC2 instance comparison. So if you look at this example instance type, like as M6I large, one demand price is 0.096, but its spot instance get is the price 0.028, which is 71% saving versus one demand. So same others instance type also give this price option, cost optimization options, or on demand versus spot instances on saving the money. So right side your workload, always the collect your metrics and analyze your identify the un underutilization and over provision instance. So before the analyze, you definitely collect the metrics, where is the gather the CPU, memory, and network and disk utilization metrics. Then analyze and identify the underutilization or over provision. Then recommendation, right size. You just compute, optimize, and recommendation the right size instances. So implement changes. After then you monitor and iterate always. This is the continuous process. So in your compute optimizations, always the best practice is the right size instance based on actual utilization, and definitely use the saving plans for the steady workloads, and spot instance for the interruption workload, and enable auto scaling to match the demand, and review the MI and remove unused snapshots, and monitor with the CloudWatch and set the budget. So AWS price model for the compute. These are the four sections and model is part. There one of the on demand, and second is the saving plans, reserve instance, and spot instances. So these are the part and compute options to get this more cost optimization option using this, and with this right choice instance and actual utilization. So here is tools help the get more cost optimization in compute uses. Help the AWS compute optimizer, AWS cost explorer, AWS budget, and for the monitoring and analytics, get the metrics, AWS CloudWatch, and trusted advisor. So next, we are talking about networking. So these are the part that network cost optimization. So how it is help us get this more cost optimization options. So uh, let's talk. Okay, then okay. I want to be okay. Key network cost driver is the data transfer output cross availability zone traffic and in inter-region the traffic, net gateway uses and public IP addresses and load balancer and endpoint. So these are the tools and options you get this cost optimization driver and uses and right choices also with the best uses, then you'll get the most cost optimization options. So before the network cost optimization, definitely you minimize the internet, increase the keeping the traffic within the AWS. And okay, in network cost optimization, definitely most effective option is depend on your architecture. So the architecture optimization example on this slide in critical, but we are overview and simple way. If understanding this architecture, costly architecture, how it is, easy to use uses a private subnet, use NAT gateway with the internet. So high data transfer, hourly cost, but this NAT gateway replaced with the VPC endpoint with S3 gateway. Then most optimize the architecture and take the lower cost steady with the AWS and network. So here is the most benefit how get this cost optimization option. They eliminate net gateway cost, reduce data transfer charges, and improve the security and reliability, and simplify the network. So if you use this VPC endpoint, then you'll get the 60% one data transfer cost, and then same as the communications and also CloudFront for the Grace 70% and remove ideal resources up to 30% by cleaning the unused IPs and gateway. So here the network cost optimization help us the tools basically again the AWS Cost Explorer and AWS Network Manager and CloudWatch Matrix, AWS Budget and AWS Shield the protect the applications and reduce the attacker related cost. Also, the common costly pattern avoid when the sending the traffic between the edge unnecessary and the routing AWS service the traffic through the net gateway. So not use the cloud fund for the web application API content, then keeping the unused the elastic IPs allocated. Then you get the more cost spending in this part. So network cost optimization always depend on this key network cost driver. So if you look after this part, then you'll get the most cost optimization option for the networking option. And we will go for the next step. We okay, uh, okay, okay. The container cost optimization. So these are the also container optimization options. So for those the running containerize the workload on EKS and ECS or forget, this section is for you. So a container environment can be incredibly efficient, but they can also generate the significant wastage if not properly managed. So the saving of uh, potential the up to the 70% on container cost. So key container cost driver is the over permission resources and inefficient the image size and underutilization of the clusters and data transfer overhead and excesses the logging and monitoring. So look at this, the container cost optimizations. Over provision the baseline 0.35 and same right size the resources cost by 0.18 and then optimize the image and logging, auto scaling the cluster and fly the fully optimize the best practices. So optimization key and in case the workload, how it is what they assess, analyze workload, reduce the usage and cost, right size, adjust the CPU memory and request the limit the baseline uses and optimize in images, use the small base images. So this next step is the scale the efficiency and monitor and iterate this process. So these are the options how to container cost optimization work. So here is the help us. These are the tools: Amazon EKS, Amazon ECS, and Kubernetes cluster autoscaler, and AWS Forget, AWS Cost Explorer, Amazon Cloud Watches. So container cost optimization tips is set the resources, the request based on the 95% percentage the uses. Use the multi-AJ build on the reduce image sizes, enable the spot instance on non-critical workload, and review and optimize the persistent storage uses. So regularly review cost and implement the improvement. So over this container cost optimization, having a saving opportunity. If you go through the right size resources, then you'll get 35 percent on compute cost. Optimize images, save up to 20% on storage and transfer cost. Cluster auto scaling, save up to 30% by reducing ideal capacity. And optimize your logging on log integration and storage, and reduce the data transfer on cross AZ and internet costs. So these are the overview and container cost optimizations. And next we will talk about the cost opportunity. Okay, AWS cost optimization maturity model. So this is the mm, okay, there is a reality. You can implement every optimization techniques we have discussed. So, but if your organization does not have a culture and process around cost optimizations, the saving does not work basically. So, AWS cost optimization maturity model describe a 5 level of journey. The level of journey number of an initial and that is focused on visibility and awareness, and hour after then hour with this opportunities, then focus on identifying and prioritize your opportunities and define the repeatable, focus on standardized and automated, and manage proactive measure and drive the continuous improvement, and optimize strategy, focus on improvement and maximize business value. So this is the pattern and ecosystem with this maturity cost optimization maturity model. So how level up, if you're talking about how to level up your optimization maturity, then definitely uh, assess and understand your current state and identify the gaps. Then you definitely get a plan, define the goal, prioritize uses cases, and build a roadmap. Then after then plan, you definitely implement that and measure the track your KPIs and the measure the progress the against the goal, and lastly optimize the where is the continuously improvement and innovate the maximize the value. So these are the main things if we talk about this measured maturity level of the AWS cost optimization. So remember Remember before leave these sections, and the maturity is a journey, not a destination. So a small consistent step lead to the significant sustainable savings. So these are the cost optimization maturity. So tools, here is tools helps always this AWS cost explorer, AWS budget, AWS cost anomaly detections, AWS Trusted Advisor, a compute optimizer organizations, AWS CloudWatch, and AWS System Manager. So these are the things overall, and we will go for next step. We're talking about shortly. Okay. Okay, okay. Last, we are talking about the FinOps. So FinOps is the talk till in our industry or king professionally. So call is the PPT. So PPT is a people, process, and technology. So how it is called PPT? So this FinOps is a ecosystem where the people with the align the process and definitely belong the technology. Then you make a ecosystem, and this is a FinOps with this cost optimization is a team sport and align the people, enable the process, and deliver the right technology. So key is the FinOps, the role and responsibility. First of all things, with this related the people definitely has a role with the focus area and key responsibilities, and with these people and responsible people definitely have a framework which is a working process where is a like as this role has a inform and these optimize and operate and measure and iterate. So these are the steps has a aligned individual role. So people and process align with this, and then choose the technology enable. So these are three things with all together make a FinOps ecosystem. So here is the technology, AWS Cost Explorer, AWS Budget, AWS Cost Anomaly Detection, AWS Compute Optimizer, AWS Trusted Advisor, and third-party FinOps tool. So these are the three things all together make a FinOps. So this is the mainly talk about this PPT and overall FinOps overview. So this is also called this that a culture where is the definitely FinOps educational mostly impact your cost optimizations strategy. So definitely use this every organizations and in a small team, big and medium, any kind of team, definitely follow this process to related the financial and operational things in AWS environment. Also help the FinOps with this people, process, and technology. So this is the main things with this FinOps, and the next is governance and optimization best practices. So okay, this is the last part of last two things, and this is a live shot. Okay, everyone, I need to finish up these sessions. So before this finish up, we are try to connect our any kind of consultancies and with our expertise. So you can get scan this QR code. They definitely land up these sections and go through and get us ourselves.